Hello, everybody. Raven fans, Oriole fans, welcome to Ravery Sports Podcast. Instant reaction to the Colts and the Ravens game. On a little bit late. I know couldn't be helped, but we thank you very much for joining us today. Give us a few minutes to get over it since we didn't win today and we lost. So it gives us a few minutes to go over it. What happened here? So obviously, final score in downtown Baltimore today, Colts 22, Ravens 19. So for those of you old enough to remember, it was Baltimore over the Colts today. Baltimore over the Ravens today. All you old Baltimore Colt fans, I know that are still out there, might be watching this. I'm sure you're extra upset about the result today. So we didn't win today, obviously. This was a game, obviously, I think they should have won. They obviously, I thought, to me, had a better football team than the Colts did. I did say, though, that when Anthony Richardson unfortunately had the concussion and was in concussion protocol, that it wouldn't be good necessarily playing Gardner Minshew because Gardner Minshew is a good backup and he is a guy that is familiar with the system and, you know, more polished as a player, where Richardson is kind of more in the developmental stage. And it kind of showed today. He was very gutsy, I thought, all through this game. Really, he has a way of lighting up his teammates. I see it like that. He definitely, his teammates, that team didn't look like they were playing with a backup quarterback. They were really excited about the guy that they had under center. He was about 220. He had about, I think the stat line, I think he had 200 plus yards passing today. He was decent. I don't think they were able to push the ball down the field, but decent enough where the Ravens weren't successful. First of all, couple things. More injuries, unfortunately. So David Ajabo left the game today with the injury. He left pretty early in there as well. Gus Edwards, according to ESPN, left as well. Concussion, looks like Gus Edwards had that. So they didn't return at all. Melvin Gordon finished up for the Ravens as well. More reps today for Jeremiah Moon, who just came off the practice squad. So at the end, we had Noah Dafiowe today. We had David Ajabo leave the game. We still haven't seen Tyus Bowser yet, and they didn't sign Justin Houston in the offseason. Clowney today. Everybody else is excited about Jadeveon Clowney. He to me, he just misses too many tackles. Once again, he has one of these a game where he makes this great play, flies in, and misses the tackle. He kind of does that every week. He did have a half a sack. He is probably, certainly now with all the injuries you have, it's probably better to have him, obviously, than not have him. But I like to see him kind of hone in a bit today as well. So that part of it was a little disappointing. At the end, the obvious, throw it up in the air. That's a flag. Non-pass interference call. Usually we look at things, when I look at the game and say, you know, as Ravens fans, of course, we want it to be pass interference on the Ravens as well. The CBS guys said it. Everybody where I was watching the game said it. A lot of people that said it, clearly pass interference on Zay Flowers. I will say that cost us the game, but they were a little inconsistent during the game. I'll say this as well. When you have a call like that, rookies, which he is, even though he's phenomenal, kind of don't get a call like that. I was kind of thinking, had that pass been to Beckham or Andrews, you might get that. You probably get that call, but probably in any sport, football or basketball, whatever, rookies a lot of times don't get the benefit of the doubt of a call like that. And I think that's essentially what happened, because that was clear pass interference. I mean, Lamar threw him the ball over the middle. Zay Flowers couldn't reach out because he had hands in front of him. The DB was early, no call. Colts get it back, kick the field goal. Gay, really doing a game as well. Matt Gay, 5 of 5, 50-plus yard field goals every time. That's phenomenal day. That's one of the only times I've ever seen a Ravens game, where the kicker was better than Justin Tucker was. But he was. 5 for 50 plus yards in the bad rain today in M&T, in the road team. So that was incredible performance by Gay as well. Kyle Hamilton, you can't not talk about Kyle Hamilton. 3 sacks today from the safety spot. So they did a lot of edge blitz, a lot of excited blitzes today from Mike McDonald. Probably also because of all the injuries they had with the like we talked about with Bowser and Ajabo and Owe not playing. Hey, they had to get a little exotic with their blitzes, and it definitely worked for Kyle Hamilton. He had 3 sacks. He was outstanding during the game. I thought he easily was the best defensive player on the field. I thought he was very good in coverage as well today. Brandon Stevens, I thought, was very good coverage. I'm telling you, he's been pretty good all year. That's been a pretty big surprise. He kind of struggled last year at safety. They put him outside, and I thought he did a very good job on Michael Pittman today. Even the long catch Pittman had, it wasn't because of Stevens didn't have the good coverage. Stevens had great coverage on him, was all over him, but Mike Pittman just made a phenomenal catch from Gardner Minshew, and was able to go ahead and be successful catching the football. So I thought that was outstanding work today overall by Stevens as well. Offensive line struggled today. I thought last week when the Ravens played the offensive line, I thought it looked pretty good. I thought with McCary and Patrick McCary and Sam Mustipher, they're good second string players. I thought they pretty much looked like first string players. They struggled today. I thought they definitely looked like second stringers. With the weather, I think was an issue, and I think Lamar was rushed a lot. McCary was beaten a lot today. Mustipher had a couple of flags. I think Morgan Moses seems to get like one a game, seemingly, or a flag or something every game. I thought the line was less than great today. I thought Lamar was good in spite of it for the most part. But again, ball security, again, 2 fumbles. He recovered one, and he lost another one that cost him. And that was, I think, the biggest difference in the game. We're all going to talk about the flag, the obviously flag that should have been called on Zay Flowers. But I think also importantly in this one as well, the mistakes the Ravens made, fumbles, not making the field goal, those type things. And the other team, a little bit more mistake-free. They had 5 field goals. They got the benefit of the call, and they went by 3 points. So I think that was the story of the game. So many injuries the Ravens had. I mean, this is unbelievable how one team, you are already missing about 8 or 9 starters as it is. And then Gus Edwards goes out, and then Ajabo goes out. I mean, this is unbelievable how many injuries you got piling up here in this game. So that makes the loss sting even more, considering how many guys you're actually missing. It's just going to continue. I mean, we hope not. You're not going to win many games if you can't keep losing guys like this every week. What we're hoping for is the cavalry comes. Some of these guys in several weeks. Humphrey, we hope to have him back next week. Bowser still got another week. We don't know. Usually I go on after the game, before the press conference. I finally got to watch it. Harbaugh didn't have anything to say. He didn't have anything to say because he lost. So we don't know the status right now of Gus Edwards and Ajabo yet in there. So we're still waiting to go ahead and find that out. Ball security by Lamar. This is an issue. I know the weather was bad today, so I'm not going to be too hard on that, but too many turnovers. He's giving up the little things today, and I'm sure John Harbaugh is going to be talking about this all week. The little things cost them today. They weren't able to get away with that. Because they weren't able to move the ball enough as well. One other thing, Odell didn't play, and that showed. I noticed the coverage now in this game was going towards Zay Flowers, and he was less effective. They were coming up on those screens short. He didn't have all that room to maneuver. He couldn't do a lot of the things he did, and that mattered. A little disappointed we didn't see more of Mark Andrews. Decent enough day but I thought we would see more volume there without Odell because they were definitely keying up more on Zay Flowers in this one. But again, it was raining steadily the whole game. That probably affected as well. And see what happens there as far as the elements. The elements, they couldn't keep up. They couldn't hold on to the football in this one. So once again, we'll go ahead and take a look at the bad news final there. 22-19. Ravens were unsuccessful against the Indianapolis Colts. Next week, they're going to go ahead and play the Browns, who were successful today when they went ahead and they won today. So it's going to be two teams, 2-1 playing. Going to get to go against Deshaun Watson and the Titans this week. This Wednesday, we're going to go ahead and drop our weekly podcast video at 8 o'clock. So definitely check us out then when we go ahead and do that as well. This content was appreciated. Like and subscribe to all of our videos as well. If you're watching this on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Twitch channel, we will go ahead and get that squared away for you. Thank you very much for joining us. You go ahead, enjoy all the games, enjoy the rest of your day.